Hi, this is Jolie from Jolie and the Jackalopes. Hello out there in Radio Dreams land. There's Dylan. This is Dylan Cavalier, everybody. That's too tall back there playing drums. Hello Facebook. I hope y'all are having a good Monday night. I hope you had a great weekend. Anyway, I'm going to be talking to you just a little bit about Radio Dreams, which is my mama Kimmie Rhodes' project that she's been working really hard on. It's this duet memoir of Kimmie and Joe Gracie. Here, I feel like y'all are seeing too much ceiling. Let's get you not ceilinged. There we go. That's better. Anyway, so it's this duet memoir of Joe Gracie and Kimmie Rhodes, and that's my mama and my daddy. My name is Jolie Morgan. Good night, Gracie. And I started this band called Jolie and the Jackalopes. A little bit of history for you. Back in the day, Joe and Kimmie had a band called Kimmie Rhodes and the Jackalope Brothers, and even before that it was the Jackalope Brothers, and that was Joe Gracie and Bobby Earl Smith. There's Jason. Here, Jason, say hi. Hi. We'll see if we can get everybody in here in a minute. But anyway, so Joe Gracie and Bobby Earl Smith had the Jackalope Brothers, and that's really my roots, my childhood. That's kind of my heart and soul and everything that I grew up with as Joe and Kimmie's daughter. And the thing is, I always knew growing up that I had really cool parents, but just to tell you a little bit about us and where we're coming from, I knew that I had really cool parents, but I didn't quite know that everybody else knew it until my daddy, Joe Gracie, passed away in 2011. We had his funeral there down the road at Moody Theater, or ACL. For those of you who are not in Austin, Texas, you probably know it as ACL Live. And when we had the memorial service there were so many people who showed up, so many people who had stories and who gave a lot of love and gave a lot of history. And that was this really neat moment in time where all these people started coming out of the woodworks, and documentaries and museums and stuff started asking about my daddy. And I'm just going to call him Daddy from now on. If I say Daddy, it's Joe Gracie, and Mama, that's Kimmie. But so they started asking about Daddy. And I was at an interesting point in my life, too, where I had to figure out who I was going to be and who I wanted to grow up as. And this little light bulb kind of went off as I thought about how many people were really interested in my daddy's history and his part in Austin music. And so it was kind of like, well, yeah, of course, I'm a jazz singer and everything, but it kind of makes sense to move towards country and rockabilly, or cosmic Billy, as we've been calling us here with Jolie and the Jackalopes, because we've gotten, we're doing a little bit like Mama and Daddy did back in those days, which is that old Austin spirit. Lots of, hot rodding, skinny dipping, beer drinking, joint smoking, anywhere from rockabilly to western swing, all that stuff. That's right. And that was just old Austin. You could be everything and anything all at once, as long as it had some sort of American roots to it. And so I wanted to kind of capture that spirit, and I realized that I had a little bit of a torch to bear. I had something that I needed to carry on. I had a legacy to carry on. And so I started Jolie and the Jackalopes. And I've been helping Mama a lot with working on this project for Radio Dreams. So thank you to all of you who have already supported her Kickstarter, supported this campaign. Hi, Mama, I see you. Hey, Steph, love you too. But thank you so much to those of you that have already supported the Kickstarter and are sharing it. It means a lot to us. So I wanted to help my mama out by talking to you a little bit about my mama and my daddy, about Joe Gracie and Kimmie Rhodes and everything that they've done as my parents, but also to inspire me. So if you have any questions about what it's like growing up with these amazing, cool folks, Daddy has a really important legacy in Austin music history and Texas music history and country music history. So yeah, at some point I'll answer any questions you have about them. And but for now, what I want to do is with Jolie and the Jackalopes, based on Kimmie Rhodes and the Jackalope Brothers. We're doing one of Daddy's tunes tonight, and we're going to do one of Mama's tunes tonight. And then we're going to do a couple of original things as well, and maybe we'll throw an extra one in, maybe Texas Blues or something. I don't know. We're just going to see where this night takes us, but we're just here to have fun and promote this Kickstarter and tell you thank you and answer your fun questions you might have for you, and and play you some songs, because I want to do some of the songs that Mama used to do before she went the more Americana route that she's at now, and that maybe fell off her set list a little bit. And because as her kiddo, I just want to carry on the tradition, family tradition kind of thing. And so yeah, we'll do some originals, one of Daddy's, one of Mama's, but we're going to do a Joe Gracie song here first, and it's called Deep in Love. Y'all ready?
All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Anyway, so that was a Joe Gracie song. I'm seeing y'all saying hi.
Yes,
hi,
sir.
everybody. Woo! It's so fun to see these folks tune in. I saw that someone scrolling by actually knew Daddy and used to listen to him on the radio back in the old Coke FM days. So to tell you a little bit more about Joe Gracie, if you're tuning in and maybe you're one of the folks who's from the Jolie and the Jackalopes side of things instead of the Kimmie Rhodes side of things, and you don't know all the history attached. So Joe Gracie was my daddy, and he did a lot here in Austin when he came here from Fort Worth. He was a student at UT, so hook 'em. But that's not one of the accomplishments, but we still hold some pride for it. But he was a DJ at Coke FM, and they used to call him the godfather of progressive country, which is really cool because he was playing, Willie kind of when people wouldn't, and he was playing Flaco Jimenez on the radio, making sure that people knew that conjunto music was important for everybody to listen to. He was the first talent coordinator for Austin City Limits back when it first started. And he was the voice of this movement. Everything that we love about Austin, before Daddy lost his voice in 1978 to cancer, he was the voice of the original movement that made Austin so cool. Here actually in honor of Joe Gracie.
Oh, there we go.
some rosé. Cheers, Jackalopes. But anyway, so he did all this stuff to make Austin cool, and I think back to talking about radio dreams and everything that Kimmie Rhodes, that Mama's doing with that. Again, it's this duet memoir, so it's going to be some of Daddy's stories and some of Mama's stories and some of Mama's poetic, incredible writing, and then some of Daddy's really witty, crazy stuff. And you know, I think it's important for folks to know about and read and share with other people, because that's Austin history. And whether you grew up here, Dylan, you grew up here, right? Yeah, Dylan was born and raised. He's one of those babies at the Armadillo World Headquarters. And you know, I was born and raised here, and I grew up. That's how I learned how to dance. Two-step was at the Broken Spoke. The rednecks and the and the hippies would let me stand up on their boots, and that way I learned a two-step, or I learned a waltz, and then when I'd get tired, I'd just go lay down in Daddy's bass case there at the Broken Spoke. So you know, a lot of us who grew up here, but also I want folks to read it who maybe didn't get here till college, or maybe you just got here today. If you did, hello, welcome to Austin. I'm happy you're here, as long as you do a couple things. I'm so happy you're here, because it's an incredible town. But just be sure and go see live music and support the folks who are still around that made Austin cool, like Kimmie Rhodes and Marsha Ball and Eddie Wilson. And you know, there are a lot of people around who made Austin great that you can still go see today, and you should go see them live. So you know, going to see live music is one of those things. But read this book, read Radio Dreams, and for now support the Kickstarter so that you can know everything about it. And there's an audio documentary as well, so you can hear the music, you can hear all the some clips of Daddy's voice before he lost it in the 70s, which is really cool. So the audio documentary is unbelievable, with Bob Harris involved and Beth Nielsen Chapman, and you know, there are a lot of people behind it who believe in it. But hopefully you will too, even if you just got here to Austin. And I guess the point is that you know, everybody's talking about how Austin's changing so much, and it is. But I like to think that no matter how much they change the makeup of it, even if they turn buildings into what do you call them, Jason? Filing cabinets. Oh, yeah. Even if every building in Austin looks like a filing cabinet, and there's nothing you can do about that, you can go hear live music, and you can know the history of it, and you can support folks who made Austin what it is today, who made Austin cool as all get out. And my daddy, Joe Gracie, was one of those people, and my mama is continuing that as well. So doing this, you can be part of the future of it. And you know, Daddy kept everything, like every scrap of paper, every poster, every little note. I mean, from football icons back in the day, Texas football, to musical icons, to everybody. There's letters and studio notes and photographs, and you know, there's like Billy Gibbons in there somewhere, and there's Ray Benson in there, and you know, there's just a lot of cool music history that I just can't wait for y'all to see. But it's been a labor of love. Yeah, it is very cool, isn't it, CJ? I agree. But it's been a labor of love having to archive all this stuff and make sure it's prepared for museums and prepared properly and everything acid-free. It's been an undertaking in my life, for sure. It's been something I'm happy to do, but now it's your turn to help us out and make sure that this history is part of the future of Austin and the present of Austin, and not just the past of Austin as well. So the next song we're gonna do is one that my mama wrote, because like I was saying earlier, the spirit of the Jackalope is to do anything from rockabilly to Texas swing, western swing. Hey Kimberly, hey girl. So we're gonna do a song that my mom wrote called Little Chevrolet, and which makes me real happy because I have a 1950 Chevy, so I love this one. And this one's kind of on the rockabilly side, so we're gonna try to rock it out for you. And thanks for writing this song, Mama. It's really cool. We love it. All right, you ready?
Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go!
My baby loves me. All right.
Thanks, Kimmie.
Yeah. Hey, Dylan, there's somebody saying hi to you. David. David's saying hey to you.
I don't know anybody.
Thanks so much for tuning in. You know. Oh, come on. Dylan knows
David,
more
you owe me
people than
money.
anybody.
You owe me money. Call me. Get in touch with me.
Oh, even my weenie dog's getting involved now. Are you stuck over there, baby? Well, the weenie dogs love Kimmie Rhodes as well and love Joe Gracie, but we call them Meme and Pepe when it comes to that. Anyway, yeah, that was a song that my mama Kimmie Rhodes wrote called Little Chevrolet, and that's always a good rockin' tune. Now I want to introduce you to my band before we play another song, but I'm so sorry we don't have a lead guitar player here with us tonight, but typical of Austin, almost everybody plays in about 10 other bands, and our sweet, 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 good rockin' guitar player, I'm so sad y'all can't hear tonight, he's got another gig. So when we're done doing this, wait till we're done. When we're done doing this, go down to the Continental Club because Ruby D and the Snake Handlers are playing with Hillbilly Casino. Yeah. So shout out to Ruby D and our guitar player Jorge Herrada is her husband, so he's a snake handler and a jackalope. Which, you know, I think a jackalope could be a snake handler, really, if you think about it. I think a jackalope could really handle a snake. But anyway, so y'all be sure and go see them down at the Continental Club at 10. Again, supporting live music. But yeah, so here, say hi to the band real quick. Maybe I can even take you around to see them for a minute. We got Too Tall back there on the drums. Say howdy. Sitting in front of a Kimmie Rhodes and the Jackalope vinyl back there. There's Mr. Jason Music over here playing rhythm guitar for us. And this is Dylan Cavalier over here on the stand-up bass. Yeah, so that's the band, and that's Layla there, looking pretty. There's our jackalope. But anyway, we love kidding around here with Jolie and the Jackalopes. That's sure. Well, and as old Cowboy Jack Clement always said, you're in the fun business. So if you're not having fun, you're not doing your job, right? But anyway, so yeah, I want to talk to you a little bit more about the project that's going on. If you're just tuning in, I am Jolie Morgan Goodnight Gracie, but a lot of people just call me Jolie Goodnight, or Mama Goodnight works too, or Jay Grace, you know, whatever you want. But I'm here with my band Jolie and the Jackalopes, and it's sort of keeping on the Jackalope tradition in the Gracie Rhodes family. And if you haven't checked it out yet, please go see Kimmie Rhodes' Kickstarter. It's for the duet memoirs with Joe Gracie, my daddy, and there's so many cool old Austin stories and letters, and just it's unbelievable, and it's funny, and it's gonna make you cry, and it's gonna make you laugh, and then it's gonna make you laugh so hard that you're crying again. So you know, have a shiner with you or something, or a bottle of wine. But anyway, so check out the Kickstarter, please. It's really cool, and we've worked really hard on archiving all this old Austin history. We want to make sure that you can see it, and everybody in museums can see it, but we can't do that without you. So be sure and share this, and thanks to all of you who have already been sharing it like crazy. We love you, love you, love you. But so to tell you about Kimmie Rhodes, I talked about Daddy, and the thing is, if you see Mama around town, she's going to talk about Daddy, but I want to be sure and talk about her a bit, because she is so incredible to be taken on this intense undertaking of making sure that my daddy's legacy is placed in music history, and that takes a pretty strong, awesome woman to do that. And that's the thing about Kimmie Rhodes, is she's an amazing mother. I'm always inspired by her. That's why we have Jolie and the Jackalopes, because I've got a mom who says, hey, let's get you out in front of as many people, and she's really supportive, and you know, she's the reason I got to grow up all around the world with all these amazing people. And you know, Kimmie Rhodes has a really cool story too. She's not going to talk about it as much as I am, so I'm going to talk about it for her. But you know, she's the one that made Waylon Jennings stop and go, whoa, who is this? And David Conrad there, one of the songmen of Nashville, Tennessee, say, whoa, who's this? And you know, she was the chick who got to hang out with Willie and Waylon and the boys and be the outlaw sweetheart. And so I want to make sure that her legacy is placed as well, because her story is incredible and cool, and she's smart and funny and talented, and you know, her songwritings are a big, her songwriting is a big inspiration to me as a little songwriting girl too. And you know, Mama's story is different from Daddy's, and they came from different backgrounds, different parts of Texas, different lives, different people, but she became his voice after he lost his, and so their story is part of music history, but there's also a lot of love there. So if you're into love stories, and I don't know who isn't, you're gonna love this audio documentary and book. So because I've been so inspired by my mama, and she always taught me in showbiz, you've got to be brave and stupid. And I'm smart, but I'm brave and stupid all at the same time. And so I'm happy to show my own songs to people now. I've getting braver and braver all the time. You know, when you're the kid of a hit songwriter like Kimmie Rhodes, that can be quite a beast. But luckily I've got these boys who are really supportive of it as well, and they help me with these songs and encourage me. So, sorry, let's place Kimmie Rhodes' legacy as well. Not just the Joe Gracie legacy, but the Kimmie Rhodes legacy as well, because it's important for Texas music and country music and Americana music, and all this root stuff needs this story out there, and we can do that with you, because I know y'all are awesome. That's right, she did raise me right, Rita. Amen. So we're gonna do a song here that I wrote, and it's funny because when I showed it to Mama for the very first time, she said that she swore that Joe Gracie, that sounds like he wrote it. So which I didn't really expect. I had no idea that my songwriting was going to be so much like my daddy's. But anyway, this is a song called Drunk on Lonesome.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go.
I waited for you in that parking lot. Stared at the pavement, at the cracks where the grass gets caught. I waited for you beneath the stars, counting minutes, broken headlights on passing cars. I'm drunk on sadness, tore up and reckless. All right. Thanks so much for chiming in, y'all. That's real cool to see everybody saying hey, and thank you so much for the sweet things you had to say. That's awesome. There was a little bit of a horn section. The weenie dog caught hold of a dog toy. So if you heard some squeaking, I promise it's not us. It's this weenie dog, and
the least she could have done was playing time.
Yeah. Well, she's still learning. She's still learning how to play the mouse horn. This dog. But yeah. So I do want to answer some questions if you have any, so be sure and start asking some stuff if you want to know what it was like to grow up with Joe and Kimmie, or what it's like to be in Austin, or Kimmie just said, well done, Weenie. That's right. Your meme says, well done. Oh, she's so mad at me for taking this toy away. I'll give it back, I promise. But anyway, if you have any questions about the Kickstarter that we're doing, about the book, or the audio documentary, or anything, please don't hesitate to ask. Even if I can't get to it in the video, I'll be sure and answer in the comments. And thanks again for sharing it, and please keep giving out the link and telling folks, because this is important to us, but I also just can't wait for you to read it and to know all this stuff, because it's so cool. Oh, hey, Paul. Hey. So Paul Ward just said howdy, and Paul plays drums with us now and then down in San Antonio. So we love that guy, and he's also a jackalope. The cool thing about jackalopes is they multiply like rabbits. There's jackalopes all over the country now, at least all over Texas. Let's see, Rita, how long have you been with your band? Well, I think it's only been about a year and a half now. We kind of started talking about it a little while ago, but I had to kind of get things together and do this archiving and everything for all this stuff involving Joe and Kimmie's book. So I think we've been playing gigs maybe for about a year and a half all over Austin and San Antonio, and we're looking to record hopefully in late winter, early spring, and we'll be doing a whole bunch of original songs and all that. And I'd love to have Mama sing a song on it with me, because nothing quite like family harmonies, and hopefully my brother Gabriel will play something, sing on it, and we'll see who else. There are so many folks who have been really supportive of Jolie and the Jackalopes. I know Dale Watson's been a great champion of us. He loved my daddy very much, and he loves Kimmie as well. So thank you, Rita. I appreciate that. Oh, hey, Floyd Domino. Hey. I just saw that Floyd's watching. Floyd was the first person to teach me how to be a band leader. Taught me how to do all the hand signals and everything, and how to look at a jazz chart and know what the heck I'm doing. So I do love Floyd Domino, and Floyd played with Asleep at the Wheel for a long time, so he's part of that old Austin history as well. Floyd might even be in some of this stuff. But anyway, we're going to do another original tune here for you. Oh, you want it? Here, come here. We're going to do another original song for you that I wrote called Sad and Lonely, and then we'll answer some questions and then say goodnight to you, so that you can go see Ruby Dee and the Snake Handlers at Continental Club. This is Layla. I'm sorry. This is one of the other Jackalopes. This is Layla Pearl right here. Layla Pearl Gracie music. Anyway, so yeah. They're having a family meeting. So thanks so much for joining in. We're gonna sing one more song for you. It's a new one, so it's a little bit of an undertaking for us, but we figured, like, why not? It'd be fun to show y'all one of our other original songs called Sad and Lonely. All right.
Okay.
I came home last night to find you gone.
Take
so much for tuning in. That was our last song of the night, but please be sure and check out this Kickstarter for Radio Dreams. It means so much to all of us. Buy the book. That's right. Actually, by going to the Kickstarter, you're really just pre-ordering the book. You're just pre-ordering the audio documentary, and then you get all this other cool stuff with it. You know, you can do, let's see, where's that magic slate? Hold on, I'll be right back.
So you're saying there's like tiers? There's
all these tiers to the Kickstarter, and this is one of my favorite ones. If you look, so when my daddy lost his voice in 1978 there to cancer, this incredible magic slate was made for him. And and so one of the really cool things on this Kickstarter, yeah, you can go to KimmieRhodes.com and find it. Oh, well, the pen is stuck in it, but either way. Thanks. You can't see it. But then it disappears. Anyway, that's one of the rewards. And yeah, there's also one where you can get a bunch of vinyl, which is really cool, and a cookbook. Or there's all these incredible things that you can get that are celebrating this part of history, not just of the family, but of Austin as well. Posters and all sorts of cool stuff. So be sure and check it out. And yay, Stephanie, thank you for donating right now. Aww.
Did your mom add that win a date with the bass player tier? Was that
oh, Mama, did you hear that? Dylan is more than happy to be one of the tiers. You can win a date with the bass player of Jolie The Jackalopes if you so fancy. But anyway, so I saw someone ask something about, she said, I love your style, and I wanted to say, my style also comes from Kimmie Rhodes, to be quite honest. Mama at this point had been in Vogue a couple times because her style was so cool. This was her little neckerchief here that's tied around my neck, and she always wore little flowers and bustiers and whatnot. Now that she's a songwriter and very cool in Nashville, her style is more sophisticated, so I'm carrying on the less sophisticated version, I suppose. But cool nonetheless. So thank you so much for saying that you like my style. I really just carrying something on. But yeah, if you have any questions about stuff, please leave a comment, say hi. We love you and appreciate you. And as Daddy used to say, drink lots of water, stay off your feet, and come when you can. And be sure and like us on Facebook, Jolie The Jackalopes, Instagram, Twitter, and all that. Be sure and like Kimmie Rhodes, like everybody. And y'all have a good one, you hear? Bye!
Bye! Cheers!